If you look at the world's biggest board games like Axis and Allies Global or Twilight Imperium and think, psh, amateurs, we've got the game for you. Today we're thrilled to be the first to share an unboxing of War Room 2nd Edition, the Larry Harris game. Let's make it hot. Welcome to Board Game Nation. My name is Gary Blevins. Thank you so much for watching. On this channel, we do unboxings, how-tos, and strategy videos for great games like this one. But when we can, we also do a travel show that focuses on your favorite board game stores from all around the world. So if you like anything having to do with tabletop gaming, this is the place for you. Please take a second, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks. Earlier this week, Tom from Nightingale Games reached out and asked if we wanted to do an unboxing video for the brand new, never-before-seen 2nd edition of War Room to help him spread the word about the Kickstarter that launched on May 28th and runs through June of 2021 in exchange for an early copy of the game. We thought about it for about 0.03 seconds and said yes. He shipped this behemoth to us and it just arrived. We can't wait to show it to you. But first, as I mentioned, this is the 2nd edition of the game. If you've seen the 1st edition and you're wanting to know the difference between that one and this one, Tom did a video that came out a couple of days ago and here's a link for that. That's the video you're looking for. Also, when you back this Kickstarter, your copy is going to have a few minor differences than this one, and we'll talk about those at the end. Tom sent me a list. Lastly, I've seen this game in action at Gen Con, but I've not had a chance to play it. So this is my first time really interacting with the game. They did give us this copy in exchange for doing this video, but the editorial comments remain with us. Any opinions that you hear are mine. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go. Unboxing of War Room. We cheated a little bit on the plastic here to get us started. Oh, look at that. My wife joked that the box was so big that it also came with my coffin and she could just bury me in it. Somehow, I think I'm going to be okay with that. Look at that, man. That is an ecological damage amount of plastic. All right. Oh, I feel like I need a drum roll. Oh, it is snug. Come on now. Suspense is, oh, there we go. All right, inside of the box. Nice and dark. There we go. Got a little holder here. Put this in the box. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. We've got the board, which we're going to take a look at in a bit more detail in a few minutes. This is component plastic wrapped piece number 1. We've got another one here. That is again plastic wrapped. Okay. Pretty cool. Looks like a giant jigsaw puzzle. We've got a couple of these guys. Oh, we got. Okay. Looks like these are going to be card holders. We've got a bunch of these. Okay, they've got country markers on them. US, Italy. We've got the kind of unusual China marker there. Japan. This must be for neutral powers. Take a closer look at those in a minute. Okay. Got a central playmat here. The rule book. Let's take a look at this guy. All right, so it's got a glossy cover, but the inside is paper. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I've not seen that before. Pretty cool. So we got pictures of the game components. Got lots of looks like a cribbage board. Full color examples, which is good. Looks like some solid graphic design. Anyone who's seen my videos before knows I'm kind of a graphic design geek. I like it very much when it's done well, and I'm very unforgiving when it's done wrong. So it looks like we've got a couple of scenarios that we'll be able to play. We can use part of the global map and use up to 5 players to play just Europe. That's pretty cool. The global war can play up to, it looks like 7 players. 6 players. 6 players is a full game. Okay. We can play the war in the Pacific, which is up to 3 players. That's pretty cool. Or we can just play the Eastern Front with the Russians versus the Germans in a 2-player game. That's pretty cool. So you don't have to play the whole giant mess. You can, if you're playing a short game, you can play with fewer people. That's cool. Some built-in optional rules. That's always handy. Play summary. This is useful. 31. And we've got a couple of blank pages here. My understanding is that this is just part of the early printing that I got. Yours, when you back the Kickstarter, will be full. And then you can keep a log of your sessions. That's pretty cool. And there's your second edition. All right, so it's pretty good, pretty nice looking rule book. Looks like it's pretty well put together. All right, looks like we've got some stickers here that have gotten a little bit mangled in shipping. I'm going to chalk that up to it being early going. We've got a reference sheet for the phases, different steps in each phases. That's handy. And then a mini map. Okay, this is cool. So my understanding is that there's a diplomacy aspect to this game where you'll be having secret meetings with your team, and I think this is to facilitate that, so that you can look at this map while you're talking to your buddies and say, oh, we're going to take this area, we're going to take this area. So that's pretty handy. So you don't have to take pictures and try to do all of that. This is pretty nice thing here. All right. Got a bunch of stickers. I'm not sure exactly what these are for, but they look like they've taken a little bit of damage in the shipping here. That's too bad, but I'm sure that Tom will be happy to make that right. And some more stickers, and some more stickers. Okay, a little bit packing stuff here. Phase 4, combat operations. So this is how to do the battling. And then another one of these handy charts, right? So that you can have one for each side. That's handy. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And oh my gosh, look at this monster. We've got all kinds of things going on here. Casualty list. And then a morale board. I gotta say, I like the graphic coloring and the saturation, plus the use of the actual metals is a really nice touch. So that's pretty cool. This looks like a battle board. So we've got air and land, and I think the other side, yep, is air and sea. So you can see that you can use it for either side. And my understanding is that they're working on, depending on the depending on the success of this Kickstarter, they may be adding a second kind of quick battle board, which is like a dry erase thing, which I think would be pretty cool. So, but this is pretty cool. It's got places for all your different units, and it looks like it would move pretty smoothly. Okay, now we've just got kind of a bunch of notepads here. Now, we got Italy. Somehow got tucked into Japan. So that is. So you've got all these notepads here where you'll be writing down orders as you go, apparently, and placing them in secret or something. Not sure. But these are all really well, full color. They look like they are country specific, but let's see, are they different for each one? Yeah, they are different for each one. So this is for the United States, and then you've got a whole pad of these, so you can play lots and lots of games, which is pretty cool. So we have one for each available power. China, Soviet Union, British Commonwealth. All right, now we've got a bunch of boxes here we're going to be a little ginger with here. So it looks like this box has a kind of a chocolate box look to it. You never know what you're going to get, I suppose, right? Our box top. Okay, now we've got a bunch of stackable units. It looks like they're color coded, so our infantry are yellow. Artillery looks like are blue. Tanks are green. We've got a bunch of guys here that I guess are probably going to need stickers later. Oh, that's handy. If you look at the bottom, maybe a little hard to see here, but if you look at the bottom of the territory, or that part of the box, you can see that there's a space there, or there's a printed area there that matches the items that are going to go in that area. So you can see what's going to go where. That's pretty handy. We got fighters are red and a couple of other ships that are the same colors. So they repeat the colors so long as they're different types. Oh no, it looks like bombers are red, fighters are green. Okay. Oh, okay, so it's small, medium, extra medium, and then large, I guess, right? So that's pretty cool, pretty handy. All right. That does not look like something you want to tip over. So be careful with that. And now we got a box down here. Again, looks like it's got a lot of goodies in it. Sounds like it's got a lot of goodies in it. And it does. We've got a bunch of pieces. These look like they're going to match the stickers that we saw earlier. So we're going to keep that in mind. We got a bunch of the pegs here for something later. We'll see. And then, so these look like they get stickers and maybe then get assigned to the country boxes. Let's take a look at those. Start off with the old US of A. Got our guys, looks like to be on a bomber crew. And sure enough, we've got ourselves a old matchbook style box, and you push that down and it reveals 4 storage areas. That's pretty handy. And we've got, it looks like this is how we're going to track our resources. We got oil, iron, and OSR. Other significant resources, maybe, just a guess. Probably something like that. And then you slide that back in there. Seems like that goes pretty smoothly. That's pretty cool. Got some information on the back here. Oh, these are the stickers. No, these aren't the stickers, but they match the stickers from the sheet, so that's pretty cool. The British have the same thing. Pretty cool. Looks like they're doing an amphibious assault. The Germans are goose-stepping, as Germans of that period were ought to do. The Russians are looking serious. Some pretty cool art here. The Chinese looking very serious. Looks like a Japanese fighter squadron group. Certainly pilots of some kind. Kind of an orange color for them. Interesting. And then the Italians looking very Italian. And so they've got this kind of lighter green color. And then we've got a bunch of country markers. Some of them are square, some of them are round. I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but we'll take a closer look at those in a second. More country markers. These are all round. And they look like we're going to need a lot of them. And then we've got a couple of bombs, and looks to be factory tokens. These are all hexes. Some ship tokens with light and dark on them. Maybe these are damage markers or destroyed ships, or I'm not sure. We've got some gold stars. Everybody likes a gold star. And then what looks to be civilian goods tokens, 1 unit. Okay. And then we got a box of, or a wrap here of cards. These look to be territory cards. So the Guianans and then Eastern United States. We'll take a closer look at these, and let's do that right now. Okay, so these are the territory markers, and they've got a lot of information about each individual territory. So it's not just IPC count anymore. And on the back, we've got even more information. I'm not sure what all of this is, but it seems like it's going to be important if you control the Eastern United States. That seems like it's going to be a lot. Central U.S., Western U.S., Alaska, Aleutians, which is a separate territory now, Hawaiian Islands, Midway, Johnston Atoll, and so on and so forth. Then we go into Italy, Balkans, and that's nice because for those of you out there that are geographically challenged, it actually has the arrow pointing to where you'll find it on the map. So that's pretty handy. I'm not going to take you through all of these, but you can get the idea. There's some nice historical art there, and then some information about it, and then some more information on the back of each of these individual cards. So that's pretty nice. That's kind of a nice little game feature, and they've got them for each individual country, as you can tell. And there's lots and lots of territories on the map, which we are going to look at right now. Hey, if you want to see more videos like this one, now's a great time to give us a like, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks. All right, let's take a look at the map. We've got some plastic wrap here to cut off. And so we got piece number 1, piece number 2. No, that's not over there. This goes to the other side. Okay, so these two pieces obviously don't go together. Let's keep opening and see if we can find some matching pieces. And if you don't want to play War Room, you can just treat it like a puzzle. It's fun all by itself. All right, we got another big piece. Okay, here's Asia, South Pacific, North America, Central America, some of South America. And we've got this piece that appears to tie them all together. Hey, look at that. That looks like it goes there. Okay, so let's see if we can find this. Looks like we might be onto something. Hold on. Okay, that's a thing. And I had it. There we go. That's a thing. Okay. This looks like it might be part of the board. And obviously, my table is not nearly big enough to take care of this entire board. So what I'm going to do here is overlay a little bit of this so you can get a feel for what it looks like, and I'm going to show you a still shot. Here it is. It's a giant map. It's 42 inches across at its diameter. And then you still are going to need space for the player pieces and the resource maps and or resource trackers and all that stuff. So this game has a big footprint, make no mistake. But it is beautiful. I really love how the board is designed, and it looks really cool. I would really love to play this. We'll have to see how it all comes together. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we can't. Okay. Okay. And then this guy goes there. See if we can back off a little bit. See if we can get part of it in the shot. So it's kind of from the North Pole. I'm not going to show this. This just looks stupid. All right. So that's kind of what it looks like on my table. Obviously, my table's not big enough for this, but you get an idea of the scope and the scale of this map. So pretty cool. We're going to rely on the still shots though, because this isn't particularly helpful. All right. Okay. map goes, breaks down to about that size, which is a bit more manageable. All right, let's double back for a second to look at those tokens. All right, let's take a closer look at these tokens real quick. Really nice color on them, and they have really great detail in the printing. So that's pretty nice. And they're two-sided, so you can use them for either one, however those are used. That's what those do. Let's look at all these country markers. Holy buckets, we got a lot of these guys. Whew. All right. And these guys are one-sided, but they have the country's color on the other side, so that may have some significance down the road. I'm not sure if these get sorted into the individual country boxes, probably, but they come as you see them. And I'm not going to force you to watch me sort them. Next we got these squares and round ones, different countries. Not sure. These look like they go on some kind of tracking sheet, if I had to guess. These are one-sided. They're black on the other side. So yeah, these look to be some kind of tracking tokens. We got these guys. They are bombs or factories, one or the other. Either creation or destruction. I guess that makes sense that they're opposite sides of the coin, right? So those will do what they do. Next we got these guys, which unusually aren't in the Ziplocs like the other bags. This is a one-time thing. So, it has now been opened the one time. And these look to be all the same submarine, maybe? I guess that's probably a sub, because it looks like it's broken in half on the other side. So those are just two-sided tokens. They all look to be the same, so those will be what those are for. And then we got some funky-looking dice. They are different colors, so I suppose you would roll them and see which colors came up. I'm not sure what the battle mechanic is in this particular game, but I'm guessing it uses these dice, and this is how they roll. And they feel like standard D12 dice, I guess. So yeah, maybe a little light, but not bad. Before we put this beast back in the box, I wanted to show you real quick that these cardboard nation marked thingies here are card holders for the individual country cards that we showed earlier. So these will go into these little slots here, so that you'll be able to keep track of what you control and what you've taken from other people. I think there's also some for some of the neutral countries, so you'll be able to take a pretty cool visual reference to these, which is kind of a nice touch. Now, let's figure out how to put all this back in the box. I typically find it's best to put the big things in first. So let's start with the map. Okay, that sits pretty smoothly. Just gonna go over here. Use our battle boards. Save the stuff that can get wrinkled for last. Let's put these guys in here. Let's put our boxes on this side. Looks like we've got one that can go sideways there. Let's put these guys in. Will that go lengthways? Yes. No. That will not fit that way. That's odd. This one will, though. These guys will lay flat up here. Those guys can go on top. Cards will sit in there. Then we've got all of our little tokens. We fill in all the individual holes here to kind of keep it stable. Then we'll set that down in there nice and flat. got styrofoam, which we probably won't need. This back set on top to kind of fill it all in. And that, my friends, is War Room, a Larry Harris game. The Larry Harris game. Weighs in at just over 19 pounds. Nothing on the back, nothing on the sides. Super sleek. Can't wait to give it a try. Amazing, right? Okay, let's talk about the difference between this copy and what you'll be getting when you back this campaign. The Chinese flag design was quite the issue. There's a purplish version that's in the censored flag because it's China. They're probably going to revert to the original red star on the yellow field that's based on the actual World War II medals. But he did include a sticker patch kit, and it'll be available when the actual thing comes out. The rulebook's got a couple of blank pages here, and they'll be filled in when they get to you, of course. This version is missing the quick battle board, which is like a dry erase battle board, which I would actually really love to see. That'll be included in the actual edition. The outer box, they think they're going to add like a gold stripe on it and give it some shoulders, so I think that'll be pretty cool. And the packing's going to be a little bit different, but mostly it'll be the same. I've got to say, if you're a lover of historical board games, Larry Harris's work, or just a serious collector of board games, you have to have this masterpiece in your collection. War Room 2nd Edition is lighter and more affordable than the 1st edition, but for my money, it's just as awesome. This really is one of the most impressive games I've ever seen, and we're thrilled to have been able to share it with you. The link that you'll need to back this Kickstarter is in the description below. Get over there today. The campaign will end at the end of June 2021. Thank you to Larry Harris for designing this incredible game, and to Tom Gale from Nightingale Games for sending it to us. I'm really blown away. When we make more content about this amazing game, it'll be right here. For all of our Axis and Allies videos, here's your link. For our complete interview with Larry Harris, here you go. And if you're ready to join Board Game Nation, click here to subscribe. My name is Gary Blevins. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.